Wearily, weary me, lay back and took the knee, idly in idolatry. I looked God in the eye, cawing and crowing of swooping birds, means high-pitched screeches near lowland estuary beaches. By the window bars a pale man reaches to God with both hands. All these things you see are just what they seem to be, waves of nauseous, hideously and divine tricksters' melancholy. Slaves to the system are we, and an inkling of the mechanical rhythm is enough to stir the heart that heeds the red hand that stirs the tea. I wander early in the rainy shroud, round and about the prison grounds. Low wooden ferries in this open cell of rabbit fields and sprawling willows, reeling backwards in the wind for summer. Gone are the days, gone are the days. I tread lightly, longed to hide behind the run of bushes from the tempter, tempting the unfree to embark upon the hike. You, boy, you could be in London tonight. In the land of the gouching, shining sun, there's bodies in a room, lad. Where never an honest day's work is done, they call it the tombland. In the land of the gouching, shining sun, there's hordes in a wicked womb, man. Nary an honest day's work is done in the tombland, down in the tombland. And we're never going home. No, we're never going home. On the Isle of Sheppy, yeppy, yeppy, ay-ay-yo. Ian is not really a Mormon, but he says he is. I can't remember why now, but some prison perk was involved. Conditioned feelings. They can't cut it without you. Man. Army. Puke your ring up, a flourish of vomit. Kilimanjaro, now the lost chance has been and gone, and you know you're going to have to run if you want to survive. Question: have you ever had opium? Yeah. And did you have wild visions? He stretches, frowns. No. Just gouched. Pisses. Grim, earthy silence in the prisoner's mourning. Already am I mourning with a perverse glee the death of these next few days before my release. And sorrow holds its sin and shame to draw the deepest measure from the chords. Warped mirror of my malady. Differing shapes of the face that gazes nearly upon itself. But Peter, you know what you're going to do with a prison lighter, prison asthma pump, and gate money upon release. I am untidy and romantic, stapled to this fate. Lily Langtry to Oscar Wilde. Don't tell him, Frank. You must forgive me, for I cannot forgive myself, and time she stoops to conquer the lot. Conspicuous is my homage to the bard of St. Helena. He lay here too in less enlightened times. Dad and Wolfie, dead in dreams, money and cars. Me and the three despicable who cornered me in a cell and made to have their way till I suddenly awakened to the horror in a paler night afore the down of this release. No rest is assured, thoughts devoted to discomfort, that which establishes itself again like a tall monument in the flood of ideas about these conditions. But are they any different out there? Somehow I'm stronger here. I ain't had a lick of a crack pipe in 28 days, which is, of course, something approaching miraculous. I'm not as obsessed with this matter as some, but deem it still, in this stillness amidst panic and mayhem of realities, worthy of noting, perhaps for the point of future excess. Honestly, who knows what awaits me, and who cares? I'm more concerned with that which I await. At thy martyrdom, the greedy and the cruel crowd to which thou speakest will assemble. All will come to see thee on thy cross, and not one will have pity on thee. Plastic plate and bowl, 1 drum and 4 paces stroll, the cell, the Peter hole, and down the landing roll for a ladle of gruel. Bathroom races turned out to be Mrs. T and some young courtship, sharply dressed, smoking a blunt. I was in the bath, nearly. Espied a package, elegant water bottle, and 3 fishes. A modern supermarket. Idea about novelty eating themed on the ancient Roman world arose that my dear father again. And a grand mood, and Nadine. Jan was there too, getting dressed, and some corny advert about a man on a lilo in a pool atop a roof. Note, cell equals Peter Sellers. Peter. Hope. One can still hope. As hope hops in still over balcony railings, landing on metal rope blankets, presumably there to prevent death. To prevent the death of hope? It hops on, limping slightly now, across rice-flecked hot plates, through cracks in the atmosphere and across the exercise yard, back across the fence and away back to it all, London where it came from. It didn't even pop in for 5 minutes, but still I hope. I'll wait for thee, hope. I'll eat this stale bread. Days pass. Days pass. Days pass. What good can it do to the impatient, hungry wretch? Soul shallow-fed to full by clippings, but greedy belly so empty it's eating itself up. Suited body, lumped together but under a rattling brain, metallic fever, and lazy emotions stalling in the heat, sprawling on the wooden seat, revelling in everyone's discomfort, sore-backed and sour. There may be some trouble this hour, like each and every hour before it. This is no house of correction. This is the hostile house of justified injustice. The house of boredom, the cottage of crippled lives, those caught, stitched up, unlucky, violent, criminally insane thugs, hard men, faces. All London's pockets emptied out and searched and banged up. I'm lost in these hours. Never given no release dates, but I'm sure it must be. It has to be. Tea time! Through the dingy filth and the dirty smudge of the barred window, the immediate ruins of a prison church. E-wing, exercise yard, barbed wires, all Wandsworth browns and red bricks, light greys and tinny blues, and then the mournful sky, so pale and dry, shepherding the last clouds to the safety of the night. Good to her own, like Diablo. The sharpened claws of the night, shadows across the filthy glass of the night, darkly drawing in the shires. A train is too loud, pretend thunder. A wind whips up the straggles of torn prison linen. A long, lazy day, short of breath, closer now to the final returns, the release, the jest of death. Free I am, a slave until tomorrow.